Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And with the play clock running out, Sean McVay will take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. they'll set him back 5.
Green 18. Check.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So how's that for an interesting way to start this ball game?
First drive of the game and you go backwards all the way into your own end zone?
Guess it kind of makes you wonder what else we might have in store here in this one. Dorsett on the return. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now. 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Mike 5-4. Bring it. Rush in.
Here's Wilson to throw. Flushed out right. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
12.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And that's caught. It's Lockett for the Seahawk touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
6-6, pull it high.
Now Rodgers. And he's got his man on the out route. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Henderson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go, G. Back north. Shoot. Watch the shoot. Kick the edge. Kick the edge. Come. Boom.
Here's Rodgers to throw again. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line.
Check. Over. Here, Mike. Check three. Check 31.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack.
Yo. 57's a Mike. Jump out. Hey, keep it up. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Army.
After the sack on first down, Rodgers, that's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 23.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On play action, Rodgers. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Check hot route. Check 33. 3 draw quarters. Check 4. Done.
They'll look to run with Henderson, and he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Darrell Henderson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is, his first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded at the goal line. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abuka able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
To throw is Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That one good for 24 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After one, our score 9-6.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 3.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
Going to give this time to the tailback. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. This offense #1 in the NFL in picking up 1st downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up 1st downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
380. Check 41. It's just me and you. 4 down.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll pitch it. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 28. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the play.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Check. Fresno. You gonna take. You got take. You got take right there. Check nickel.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Well, check 99. Check 99. Say. Bang.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me
partner.
I was. Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Why? Get wide.
Hey, check 26. Yeah, this.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. That's taken in by Henderson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
Go. Mike's 5-4. Let's go.
Box it.
Mike's 54. Hey, come on.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers, he'll get this one complete to Davis.
Oh, yeah.
They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
Bus formation. Come on, boys, come on.
Inside.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
To throw is Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
Now it's Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Samson Abukum in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Alert. Booker team.
Nice shit, 33. 33.
Right here, right here.
Third and long. It's Wilson. That one going to be complete to David Moore. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abukum, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
No pass, no pass. Hey, zero.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Now Wilson, escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep. He's got a man, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 45-yard line. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Touch 50. Let's go double count right here, double count.
Kill.
Good cut.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Flushed out right. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Alert. Still got 4 down.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. That's complete to Dissly, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 14. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half,
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
After the interception, here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the... And that's caught inside the 35.
Let's go, baby.
A big play that time for the Seahawks. 55 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Check three. Watch twist. Sponge.
Gun. Tempo.
Now they try the right side here. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here.
Let's go, defense.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
54. And watch the ball.
They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
From the 22, Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because This is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the return will stop right around the 25. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Levante David in on the tackle.
Bang out, bang out, bang.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Check it back.
Look left.
Now they'll pitch it out here. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Now Myers for the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Switch.
Right now, you got 58.
Check 49. Switch.
Check 30. Zoom.
57.
Throwing is Rodgers. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Jump out. Shift.
57, Mike.
Rodgers now on first down. He'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Watch the curve.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
41 Mike. 41 Mike.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got.
Let's go, let's go.
Alert flare.
Here's Wilson to throw. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Aaron Donald has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Hey, 0-0-0.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
Alert.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson flush to his right. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Get up. 59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check. 59.
And we heavy on the edges.
Mike 5'9. Mike 5'9.
Well.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Rashard Robinson with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Kill.
A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Deuce. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Tighten up.
They run once more with Henderson. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
50 seconds to Mike. There's a party now.
Boxing. We are going.
Check 24.
Jim.
Right left.
On 3rd down, here's Henderson. Space to maneuver at the 40. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a 1st down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Check 26. Big Ed.
They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Mike. 258.
Stop here, D.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before.
They can't stop us.
So the victory here for Seattle. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Seahawks, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for L.A., they're going the wrong way, as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside